Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Pour and Explore virtual tasting experience. My name is Brianna.
And I'm Mackenzie.
And we are your wine club ambassadors here at Ex Nihilo Vineyards. We are joined here today by our head winemaker, Jim Faulkner, and our hospitality manager, bistro and events, Liz Cosby. They are going to be going through your summer winemakers curated collection. So wherever you are, sit back, pour yourself a glass, and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Brianna and Mackenzie.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to our little tasting here, our virtual tasting. I wish you could actually experience what we're tasting at the moment, but we'll do it for you.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, you're not all here. Some of them sip out of glasses.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So our Silver Club pack this year is going to start with our 2023 Imagine.
Our 23 Imagine is 100% Riesling. It comes from two ends of the valley. We have property in South Okanagan, in Oliver region, and we have some right out in front here in Ex Nihilo proper. So yeah, it's just a beautiful sipping wine. I actually love drinking sparkling in the afternoons on the right days and
All day
all day
at night.
and with dinners. And actually, one of my favorite things about sparkling is popcorn. Love popcorn and sparkling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a charcuterie board girl with my sparkling. So it's just so versatile. You can pair it with pretty much everything. And it really, especially this one with the Riesling, has the acid to stand up to proteins and fats. And so this is a fantastic wine to pair with a charcuterie and cheese board, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's a great way to start, like I said.
Yeah.
And speaking of starting, that's what we're starting with before we move on to our next wines. But we just want to talk about our wines and thank you for being wine club members. And we are on.
What do you want to try next? You want to do some Pinot Gris?
Pinot Gris. Wow, what an idea.
2023 Pinot Gris.
Pinot Gris is also actually South and North Okanagan. But every year as Pinot Gris is, it can change with the weather, and you tend to follow the weather patterns and the grape flavors when you're making Pinot Gris. And in 23, Liz was asking me this earlier. In 23, the season was stretched out a bit, and so instead of making our traditional style that we make, which is a very kind of creamy, smooth
French style Pinot Gris, right?
Pinot Gris, right?
Yeah.
We made more of an Italian style, which is Pinot Grigio.
But they're the same grapes, right? Like you can,
100%.
It's the same grape that's just made in two different styles.
Yeah. And it's actually good question. It's the same grape, but it's how you make it and how you treat it. And we treated this one in stainless steel. It was in the tank. We fermented. Made the wine. After you make wine, you get sediment on the bottom called lees, which will add texture. In a Gris, great. In a Grigio, not so good. So you take it out. So what we're going for there is for the citrus flavors of the wine, because that's what the fruit offered that year. So we were really popping forward with the lemon citrus edges. And so this one is a bright, but it's also a great food wine, like prawns, different fishes. This is and even some salads would pair well with this.
I think what I like a lot about this is that you get sort of the body of that Pinot Gris, but you do get that lightness of the Pinot Grigio, and it's quite a nice vintage. Something we haven't really done quite like this since I've been here.
No, it changes with the weather.
Yeah,
literally changes with weather, just like grapes. But you have to follow the path of the grape.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Cool. It's good. It's ready.
I actually,
it's right. It's ready for those 40-degree days.
Yes.
So bye.
And I'm ready for them too. So soon.
So
I had to try it one more time.
Just to make sure it tasted like Pinot Gris still. Good for you.
Thank you.
Next up, we are gonna open up something really new, something exciting, something that we haven't done before. So we're gonna get into our 2024 signature Chardonnay.
Now, the difference of our signature Chardonnay and our
Reserve.
Reserve Chardonnay is the reserve, which you all know and I hope you like. I know I love it. Is the reserve Chardonnay is actually fermented in oak barrels. We actually ferment the wine in the barrels, whereas the signature Chardonnay is actually made in a stainless steel tank, actually much like the Pinot Gris. It's actually made in the tank and it's left in the tank after fermentation. This one touches the lees a little bit, so it has a bit more body than the
Pinot Gris.
than the Pinot Gris, but it has so much nice flavors and character about it. It's got the body of the other Chardonnay, the oak Chardonnay, but it's just got a little bit of acid punch on the back, and so it's a really nice food wine also.
Is the unoaking the only difference between our 2024 Chardonnay and other vintages we've made?
No, and thank you for asking. I would like to point out, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, I will try my best. Right on the back label, I'm not going to lie to you, I can barely read it.
It says Columbia Basin Collection.
Columbia Basin Collection. It also says Washington State because in 2024, as we all know, and I don't want to go through the whole story about the horrible year, but it was, and we didn't get grapes. And we actually did teeter-totter back and forth, and it was a last-minute decision to make sure that we had enough wine to supply for our wine club. So we arranged to make a small volume of a few wines. And with that, we did manage to make what we are considering going to be a staple soon, 2025, pretty soon, right now. We will follow up with an unoaked Chardonnay. Signature Chardonnay. Thank you.
It's actually really lovely. As all of you know, our Reserve Chardonnay is a perfect Saturday wine. It's a food pairing wine. It's delicious. This Chardonnay has all of the same sort of DNA qualities that you're looking for in something that you get from us, but it's a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. It is a great Tuesday wine. It's a great food pairing wine for like your everyday. You don't need to sit and think about what am I going to do with this? Do I need to have the right people around? This is something that you can open any day and just enjoy. So it's really nice to have a signature Chardonnay in our lineup. It is also price pointed less than the Reserve, so it makes it for an easy everyday wine.
Yeah,
which you probably won't be able to get every day because we do have a limited amount of this too.
It is limited, and I actually do want to go back to the name Columbia Basin Collection because that's what the wine's called. The Columbia Basin is a piece of land that goes from north of Kamloops all the way to into Oregon, and so it's all encompassing. It's a big piece of land, and there's a lot of area in there, and much like this wine, we actually needed a lot of help getting grapes and wine to British Columbia. So between the vineyards in the United States and the contacts in the United States and in Washington State.
Well, even like the water, the Columbia Basin shares the same water.
We're the same
so
water.
Much more intertied than I think anybody realizes.
And they're all really glacial.
Yeah, well,
even volcanic, they're all so related. So there are a lot of similarities between the two areas. And where
the ancient lakes where we get it from is the same glacial till that you find in the Okanagan.
And I was going to say the vineyard is located much around a lake, so it's very similar to what we have here. So I hope you do try it. I hope you will do enjoy it. It is very nice. We normally do a lot larger volumes, but because we were just making enough for our guests, our wine club especially, to get to the 2025 season, there is limited amounts of this and a few of the other ones that we did. We did a couple in this group, which we'll talk about as they come up.
Yeah, yummy.
It is.
It's a fantastic new addition to our lineup this season. Okay. Everyone's favorite, Vampata Rosé.
There already.
We're there already. We're getting around to the reds, Jim.
Off reds.
Well, I'm getting around to the reds.
We're getting there.
We're turning the corner.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna.
Speaking of getting around to the reds or the rosé, this is another example of yeah, Liz likes this wine. This is another example of some American fruit that is finished and produced in Canada. And we're proud to say that we teamed up with good people down there, and they helped us out greatly, and we made it available for you guys. But I think Liz loves this wine, so I'll let her talk about it for her.
What I really love about this wine is it's got a gorgeous nose. It's a vibrant, big, fruity nose. It smells like candied watermelon, but once you get into it, it is like a dry Pinot Noir based Provençal style rosé. It's not sweet, it's not candied in the palate, but it has that gorgeous aromatic nose and just a beautiful, easy, like light but still complex in flavor drink. It's very good. I am a big fan of this, and I hope it makes it through the summer.
Yeah. Normally, because we're at Ex Nihilo, our rosés are really Pinot Noir based. But being that we got, well, we went a little further south, we got to play a bit. So this is actually a majority Syrah, some Grenache, some Mourvedre, and a tiny bit of Pinot Noir. So,
Yeah.
but the balance is beautiful. This wine is nice and dry and crisp, but the nose, she's right, is outstanding.
The nose,
Yeah.
the nose definitely makes you think that there's a residual sugar content, but once you get into the palate, it is, like I said, to me, it's a very like Provençal style rosé.
It's
and you know, there's actually not much sugar, which is kind of cool about it. So
yeah, no, when we talk RS or residual sugar, it's tiny actually. There's less than a half a teaspoon, less than half of a sugar cube in the entire bottle, not in your glass, in the entire bottle.
But it's not lacking on flavor, which is nice.
Yeah, and if you usually think of sweet, like all those candy flavors you talk about, and flavor, you think it's sweet, but it's actually not. We do not at Ex Nihilo make sweet wine.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not even if we beg, do we make sweet wine? All right. So that kind of finishes up what we have in our standard pack for 24 vintage from the Columbia Basin Collection.
Yeah, that is it. Yes.
We're going to get into our reds, and our reds are all estate grown and valley grown.
Valley
grown.
Yeah.
I consider the whole valley our estate, but that's not right.
No, that's
not right.
That's not right.
All right, next up, 2021 Night. This is a flagship wine that you all are very well aware of. This is the 21 vintage. Definitely one of my favorite vintages of Night that we've put out. It has everything I'm looking for in a Bordeaux style blend, particularly the Petit Verdot.
So we do make a pure 5 varietal Bordeaux style, which is the grapes that go into it. I'll be quick on this. It's Merlot, Cab Sauv, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. Those are the noble grapes in the blend. What I'd actually like to point out about this wine, other than the fact that it is really nummy, most people don't think summer, I'm going to drink a big red. Well, I do. And well, I'm sure there's a few others too, but what I think about it, when I think about it, because in the summer, I tend to eat later at night, and I love barbecue almost every day of the week. If you're going to go into the evening and have a wine, it can be actually a Bordeaux style, maybe served probably 2 degrees colder than normal, but I'd still drink it. And by the time you finish it, it'll be proper temperature. But most people, you chill it down just to cut the edge at the beginning of your meal. But yeah, it's a beautiful wine. It's a good barbecue wine. Yeah. It's good any wine, but I mean,
it's really good for gatherings as well. I find that it's a really nice compromise wine. It meets a lot of different people's like palates, and so I really like that. It's easy to serve oftentimes it can be tough to pick a wine for everybody. And I think this does a good job for that. So
well, it answers checks a lot of boxes.
Checks a lot of boxes for sure. So definitely think about this on your after dark swims this summer.
What else?
All right, last up. Ooh, 22 Cabernet Franc.
It's not new.
It's new to everyone who wasn't at the pickup party. This was one of our releases at the pickup party in March. However, if you weren't able to make it, you may have gotten to order it, but you probably haven't tried it with us.
Hey.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you must.
Thank you. Cab Franc is one of those. It's actually Cab Franc's much like a Pinot Noir. It's a delicate grape, but it can be extremely bold at the same time, or in different times. And in 22, longer growing year, a little cooler off in the end of the year. So the Cab Franc, we let hang as long as we could. So what happens in a cooler year is it doesn't have the dense flavor, jammy flavors that you'd think of in some years, like the 21, for instance, extremely warm, jammy flavors. It doesn't have those flavors, but it does have intense fruit flavors and like harder. I get hard candy flavors in
I get a ton
22.
of spice on this today.
Yeah, and well, it's a bit spicy. You also get terroir.
Yeah.
In slightly cooler years.
Well, I think
not
that's
in a
what
negative way. That's a positive.
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's what I equate it to being like a masculine cologne is because I'm getting so much earthiness with the fruit, but I'm also getting a bit of spice from the barrel personally. And so to me, this smells like what I want my boyfriend to smell like. It does, quite frankly. Hopefully he's watching.
No comment.
It smells delicious.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this has come along quite a bit since last time we tried it. 3 months ago, I would have said lay it down till winter. Today, I would say open it up the day you get it.
Yeah, no,
it's fantastic right now.
It's an important thing about wine is a lot of people actually get wine and they drink it right away or don't lay it, just don't lay it down. Or sometimes you lay it down too much, but it is really important to know when you buy your wines, how long you should lay them down for before you drink them. And if you ask at the wine shop, I try to tell you when we're aware that all the whites are ready to go and, actually our wines we try to hold so they're ready to go, but I do find that this has evolved so much you're probably right, 3 months.
Since the March pickup party, it is absolutely, and so I think I was wrong when I said save it till winter. I think you can open it today and it's singing right now.
No, it's quite nice.
This will lay down for 15 years as well, so that's another really nice, because there's quite a bit of new oak on there, isn't there?
Oh my goodness. As the winemaker, I should know this. I believe it's 30% new, but I do know it's all French.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I remember you saying there's quite a bit of new.
Yeah.
And so that'll lay down for.
Well, I can taste the tannins in it. And tannins to me means longevity. So this is an ageable wine for sure.
Yeah. This is gonna be cool this winter. It's gonna be cool next winter. It's gonna be cool for the next 15 winters.
And but it's not a huge production.
No, well,
so maybe next year.
So are you saying buy it?
I would never say not buy it, but yes.
But yes, fair.
Yeah, I am.
I'm excited about this. Not that I'm not excited about other things, but this is, when we get to open these with you guys, it's kind of fun to revisit. So.
Hey, I'm gonna let Liz.
I was gonna say I'd like to talk about some business if you don't mind.
I was gonna leave that up to you.
So we have some important dates for all of you to remember. In our club release, we have end of customization coming Tuesday, May 20th. That's a week from today. Your payments are going to be processed on Wednesday, May 21st, followed by your final RSVP cutoff date of Saturday, May 24th. And then we all get to see your beautiful faces on June 7th and 8th. And if you're unable to make it, then hopefully you're going to come visit us this summer so we can see your beautiful faces then.
Okay. And with that being said, I actually want to drop something on Liz here. We do actually have another surprise for the wine pickup party. That it's a secret, I guess. We have one more wine. I'm going to let Liz try it. May I pour it in your glass?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So just a minute ago, I talked about the importance of laying down wine, and in the example of the Cab Franc, that what a difference 3 months made. Imagine if you laid down a wine for 3 years, like this one.
He did it for us so that we didn't have to do it ourselves.
Yeah. So what we did is, this is first and only release so far of a Grand Reserve. And really what Grand Reserve means, watch. Okay, I'm back. What Grand Reserve means is it's been aged in the bottle for 3 years. And that really does, even when at home, I try to age my wines for 3 years. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But when they're in lock and key in a warehouse, it makes it much easier. But we made the wine. It is Pravada, so I'm not going to tell you the blend.
I'm going to ask all the questions
Liz
to get
is
it out
gonna
of you.
ask, but it's not going to happen, and you're not going to get it out of me. But it is a very beautiful, it's old world in style. It is got a lot of character. It's got a beautiful floral nose, but then it's got structure. It is a beautiful wine. It is 2019, by the way. I don't know if you can see that on the back of the label. But it is 2019, so it is already 6 years old.
It is available for you to order, limited one.
And sorry for coughing there. And it is not the 2019 Pravada. This is the Grand Reserve, totally different setup.
Yeah, because 2019 Pravada was one of my favorites, and this is quite a bit different. It's phenomenal, but it is quite a bit different from the 2019 Pravada. It's very cool that we have those two, and they did turn out so different, you know.
Yeah, no, I know the story behind both of them, and they're totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it a good year for Petit Verdot that year?
Time is it?
This is really exciting though, you guys. We have never released a Grand Reserve before. And Jim was able to keep this a secret for 6 years. And here it's pretty hard to keep secrets. So the fact that, you know, this is coming out and nobody knew about, well, I shouldn't say nobody, most people didn't know about it, is pretty exciting. So we're really excited to share this with you. I highly suggest ordering it if you like red wine. And
it is limited.
It is limited, but I'd still order your one. It's ridiculously good.
Thank you.
And that's the last nice thing I'll say to you today.
It's tomorrow.
All right.
Think positive. Okay, well, we'd like to thank you for watching us, and
happy hour, huh?
It's always happy hour.
It's happy hour.
It's always happy.
Time to go enjoy the full glass.
Okay. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the